This story has ended. But what about yours? Before you write your own story, choose the vessel of your power. You can choose from a woman who wields a sword boldly. Saber, standard. A young woman clothed in crimson raiment with the mannerisms of a man. This servant is best suited for novice players. A stoic warrior clothed in red robes. Archer, technical. A person of military mind and with an enigmatic air, wrapped in red cloak. The servants for players who want to use a variety of skills. And finally, the magical fox girl. Caster, maniac. A half-demon shaman clad in revealing robes. The servants for players who want to be challenged by facing true adversary in battle. Now, there's a lot I can do here. This choice puts us down one of 3 routes that we could take. And who knows? Maybe I'll be back for the other 2 someday. But now I have to make my choice between Saber, Archer, and Caster. So I say, for this first playthrough, and also to get back on my original playthrough, which kind of vanished through the transfer of computers, in order to continue that, we'll go with Saber. Partner of the servant? Yeah. I'll be back for the other 2 someday. I hope. Where's the belfry? In that moment, gentle days end. 0 days remaining. I always awaken very abruptly. I don't even dream. I suddenly find myself walking to school. My headache worsens by the day, till it finally buzzes in my head like an alarm. That day, impotent numbness, I wake up twice as fast as normal. I walk to the schoolyard. It's clear and cloudless. 7:30 a.m. But what season is it? When I try to recall what season it is, I start to get so dizzy that I almost pass out. I may wind up back in bed if I let go and faint. For some reason, for some time, I've been bracing a rush of useless information. And the normal stuff you'd see at school, like the hustle and the bustle of my classmates by the entrance. It hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. When I push my thoughts, my field of vision fizzles. Today, again today, there's a crowd of students milling in front of the school gate, and more being directed that way. As to what's going on, there's a boy in a black uniform in front of the school gate. He's my friend, as I recall. He's Issei Ryodo, as I recall. I remember this from the first time. When Issei notices me looking at him, he pushes through the crowd. Good morning. Lovely weather we're having, don't you think? Why do you look so surprised? We announced at last week's assembly that this month the student council would strictly enforce school rules. He runs through his spiel as if it was the first time he's ever disclosed the information. I already know this. I know it. I already know what happens. It's happened more than once. I'm seized by a headache. I'm so dizzy I feel like I'm being forcibly logged out of my conscious. First, let me check your student ID. I shouldn't need to remind you, but it should be on you at all times. My login ID is being checked. It's so obvious now. I answered clearly to the question that usually makes me go dizzy. Please select your gender. Man, don't we all have this problem nowadays? Maybe on a separate playthrough, I'll go through the female route. But for now, we're just gonna stick with the male. Enter your name. I could name him after myself, but I also don't really feel like it, so we're just gonna go with what his canon name is. Hakuno Kishinami. Enter nickname. I don't really think he has one, so we'll just stick with Hakuno. Don't worry, I think the space is supposed to be there, you know, to like differentiate between first name, last name. Yeah, this looks okay. Great. There's no telling when an emergency might occur, and it will be help if you have your ID. I feel nauseous, and I know it has nothing to do with what I ate for breakfast this morning. I feel nauseous because of the world around me. It's repeating itself over and over, and it's making me sick. Now, for the uniform inspection. Collar, check. Pant helms, check. Inner socks, check. I want him to get out of my way. I want this repetition to stop. I push him inside and go forward. I'm not nice about it either. Next is the contents of your bag. Notebooks, textbooks, pencil box. Not a whiff of contraband. Your nails are evenly cut, and your haircut is sensible. Indeed, quite remarkable. You're a model Tsukimihara Academy student. He keeps on talking loudly, even though he's facing no one. I have a headache. I'm shivering. I know one thing for sure. This is wrong. This is not the school I know. It can't be. I have to go. I have to hurry and wake up, or else it'll be too late. But who am I awakening for? Evening. My anxiety and headaches are getting worse. I have to rise while I was desperately trying to find a way to escape this bizarre situation. This is not the normal vision is overlaid with some kind of unnatural distortion. Uneasiness, futility, emptiness. I wanted someone to explain to me the true nature behind these feelings. There must be a key somewhere. This is something I'll have to answer to all my questions. Yeah, where is everyone? It's like a ghost town out here. It's really getting weird. I got nothing here. That Leo guy. Where the heck did he go? I never thought to be the type to ditch class. There's a lot of this originally. I'm scared away for good. She's come back. Better not make any sudden moves, or she'll just run away again. Also, I'll let her speak first. However, she just continues to stare at me with an intensity that borders on terrifying. Maybe you should say something to her, but softly does not startle her. Maybe if I keep it back to her, it'll help her. I should call out to her over my shoulder. I obviously can't see the look of the young girl's face, and all I sense is hesitation. The voice matches her appearance, small and quiet. In a hesitant, halting voice, she begins to speak. Like, I don't know if you guys can see it, but like behind Alice, all the way in the hallway, there's like a yellow text box. I mean, I know that's like an event indicator, but like honestly, I just think it's funny.
もしかして私に会いに来てくれてるの？
So, I'm Alice. I'm always here, so. She's like, stops talking. Thinking she disappeared, thinking she disappeared again, I turn around, only see Alice still standing there. When I turn, she flinches a little and begins to fade away. And then stops. And starts staring at me. Our customary staring contest begins now. I swear I can see a faint smile on her face. Hey, mister, let's have a tea party together sometime. Yeah, we can do that after I get rid of this goddamn headache. Anyways, as for the event indicator over here. Breeze blows in through the open window that overlooks the garden. A severe change in music. Jesus Christ. As I look through the garden, I see a female student standing in the center alone. She has a striking appearance with long purple hair, almond skin, and preternatural calm. It's like she's meditating, hands folded in a specific way and her eyes closed. I can't stop staring at her. Everyone else seems to be noticing that she stands out dramatically. Sure, I feel uneasy about her. The girl's eyes snap open. Suddenly, a massive club blocks the sword, causing a stumble. Down, about the control thing. The only shakes from under the sword. Source of control. What the hell just happened? You're a little confused by vision gets the story. Dizziness, headaches, and sense of weightlessness. I close my eyes to myself feeling overwhelmed. I open my eyes again. Everything is exactly as it should be. Like nothing happened. The air is still permeated with a seductively sweet scent. Also, the girl that was in the garden was already disappeared. Was everything I just had an illusion, or maybe... As I try to leave, I see the girl from the garden walking towards me. I lost as much to describe everything in this range, but it still seems sad. She looks out the window and talks to herself. As she goes by, she gives me a sweet smile. She gives me a smile. Okay, we'll get back to plot. Okay, guys, we're done. But when I step foot on the first floor, my feelings about these intensifies. There's a student wearing a red uniform, Leo, the new transfer student. Instantly, his eyes on him, I immediately feel intimidated and humiliated. There's also someone trailing him. Looks like one of my classmates. The more I think, the more I realize that Leo isn't the only anomaly I've come across while on campus. There's other things that seem off as well. It's becoming clear now. There are people who shouldn't exist. Students who mysteriously vanish. I'm sorry, just this phrase, there are people who shouldn't exist. If that reality is coming unraveled, to turn away now. What is the truth? Don't turn away now. What defines the world now? Don't turn away now. Don't allow yourself to close your eyes to the truth. I approached the gate as seven-person distortion ripped through me. It felt like my body was going to be torn apart. Attempting to go any further would be suicidal. I should turn around. Yeah, no, okay, that's my opinion. Definitely. Don't want to die by accidentally leaving. Forfeiting. Forfeiting or leaving? The other one of the guys from my class are talking in the hallway up ahead. The attention to details is quite impressive. Even the surrounding area is surprisingly substantial. That's the case, this world is in some ways more real than the real world it represents. What are your thoughts on this? You guys? For a moment, it feels like as if he was including me in this comment. However, Leo begins speaking to my classmates, seemingly oblivious to my presence. Greetings. I believe this is the first time we've had an actual conversation. Leo gives me a smile of hostility. However, I have the suspicion that there is something malicious behind his smile. Attending school wasn't half bad. I've never had the opportunity to go to one before now. In that respect, this has been quite an interesting experience. However, the time for fun has come to an end. I now come here to play a games team. No matter how enjoyable the detour, eventually one must return to their appointed path. And for me, the time to do so has arrived. In those final words, Leo turns his back on me. Farewell. No, that's not quite right. I don't think farewell would be accurate in this situation. For reasons I cannot explain, I have the distinct feeling that we'll see each other again. So I guess I should use the more congenial see you later. Well, it's time for me to move on. I wish you the best of luck. Then he goes through the wall. Leo said as much, even going so far as to look in my direction. For some inexplicable reason, I'm not surprised that Leo knew I was spying on him. I'm trying to get things straightened out in my mind when Leo suddenly disappears. The student who is following him also disappears after touching the same spot on the wall. All this, at the same moment he vanishes, my vision distorts and shocks threaten to overwhelm me. What is going on here? I wonder if this place is the source of my enemies. I place my hand on the wall, expecting to be drawn in. I see now, on the way to the truth. Till I have these feelings begins right here. I want to know. The atmosphere changes. There's a doorway, an entrance where the concrete wall used to be. It's not something of this world. There's no doubt that this door leads to someplace unfathomable. Bid farewell to the false world and take my first step towards the truth. The effigy. An entrance to another world. Beyond this door, the previous statement perfectly describes the view before me. Walking behind me is a strange, silent attendant. Is to be my sword and shield for what lies ahead. A disembodied voice suddenly confirms my thoughts. Though I have yet to learn anything, I need to do something besides stand here. At the very least, there might be some clues to this bizarre experience up ahead. I have no choice but to head into the darkness with only this strange doll as protection. Into the dark we go. longer a typical school campus. Floors and walls and the air, even the aura, slightly off. It wouldn't surprise me to see a monster pop out of the shadows. It's very much like a dungeon here. Welcome, potential master. With a shocking suddenness, a voice begins speaking. It sounds like it's coming from the empty sky above. If you're looking for answers, you must reach the goal. Now, please, step forward. The illuminated cube in front of you is called an item folder. Inside of it is a farewell present of sorts for those about to face the coming trial. Touch it to open it. Either sure. You can also move the camera with the paddling dock. Sir, I was going through the camera tutorial. What are you doing there? Centered, so forgive me if I keep doing that. Before you is an enemy program. It's programmed to attack on sight. Touching it will initiate a battle, but you won't actually fight as you're too fragile. The effigy given to you will fight instead. If your effigy is ever destroyed in battle, you'll no longer be shielded from harm. To put it bluntly, you will die. So be very careful in battles. But there's no need to be afraid here. For now, just do as I say and you'll be perfectly safe for the time being. First off, why don't I explain a little bit about battles? I don't want a tutorial. Why wasn't the previous guy given a tutorial? Why do I have to? Actually, that's probably the reason why I'm dying. You know what? I'm fine with the tutorial now. Give it down. I don't want to die. Please. First, there are 3 basic commands that you can issue in battle. Attack, guard, and break. Each turn in battle is composed of 6 actions, and you'll need to tell your effigy what your strategy is to be. Tutorial. Command inputs. Battles are divided into turns with 6 commands being issued each turn. Once confirmed, they'll all be executed all at once. The enemy before you should be quite easy to defeat as the only program to perform break. Break, which is focused solely on power, shouldn't be a problem against an attack. Now, use the attack command to destroy the program. Use the directional buttons to choose a command and press X to confirm your selection. Enter 6 attack commands using the up directional button and then press X to annihilate the enemy. Fine, I will. Tutorial battle against a watcher. I can't see it from where I'm positioned, but we have guard, which is currently being blocked by me, which is what I was referring to. Then we have attack, and then we have break. Actually, you know what? There you go. I'm not standing like this, but I actually need to be in frame, but just so you know that guard is there. And we also have skills to bring down here as well. I should really move around this little guy a little more. I think you find that. I don't think you find that, right? Anyways, yeah. So since this guy's only going to do break, we have to attack. Breaks are powerful attacks, while attacks are just basically normal attacks. They're much harder to perform than break, which is why they take priority. So, how'd it go? I don't know, volume a bit. But yeah, since normal attacks are quicker to perform than break, you just attack to interrupt your break. So, how'd it go? One thing to know is that in each turn, you'll have to plan a series of 6 moves to defeat your foe. The goal is still far ahead. You must bask in the afterglow of your victory to do so on moving forward. The Chord. Attack. You can overcome break by using the attack command. There's no way. Oh look, here comes another program. You seem nervous. Perhaps you're anxious about fighting another battle? Do not be alarmed. That enemy isn't strong enough to harm you. It's programmed to only use attack. While attack is about action, using guard will allow you to defend and then counter attack. Guard can be used to reduce the damage caused by an enemy's attack, but I trust you know this. Tori, guard. Guard will not only block an opponent's attack command, but also unleash devastating counterattack. Now that you know how this battle will unfold, use the appropriate command to defeat the enemy player. Alright, this is the tutorial for guard. As mentioned earlier, attacks are quick, but not as powerful as break. However, that quickness is what's needed in order to actually be counter break, since if you attack first, no way your opponent can unleash a powerful attack. However, since the fact that attacks are so weak, we can just guard them. And after we counter them. Yes, that's exactly right. As you may have already noticed, performing 3 successful attacks in a row results in a chain. By performing multiple chain attacks, you can perform a devastating follow-up attack on your opponent. Tori, extra turn. If you land 3 strikes in a row, you perform an extra attack, which is a special additional attack. So basically, guess right 3 times, and you just get a bonus one. So that leads up to like at least 8 attacks per turn if you can figure out a way to counter all of your opponent's moves. While doing multiple chain attacks in the heat of battle may be difficult, the results make it worth the effort. Now, please proceed. That makes this kind of annoying. There we go. The fundamentals of battle at this point, but I'll walk you through this one last time. This program will only use guard and will do nothing about it but defend against Tori. But no matter how stout one's defense may be, it'll be for not against the breaking command. Tori, break. You can shatter the enemy's guard and command by using break. Remember, always use the appropriate command for any given situation. So the reason why guard works so well against attacks is because attacks are quick but ultimately light. But as this is a way for you to, let's say, counter breaks. Again, giving a powerful attack is going to be nothing if you interrupt your opponent. Since the attacks are light and quick, that's why guard works against them. However, since breaks are more powerful than attacks, it doesn't matter how strong your defense is, if you have a stronger attack, you're going to break it. Yeah, there's nothing to actually interrupt you. You can have all the time to charge up and break all you want. Open for 3 battles and have used the attack, guard, and breaking commands. Someone is intuitive and observant, as you must have already known this. Each of the 3 attacks balances each other out, creating a situation where no attack is done. Jordan, 3-way standoff. The 3 battle commands, attack, break, and guard, are all in beautiful relationship. It's basically a game of rock, paper, scissors. What I just covered is the absolute basics of battle, and minimal info you need to know. Once you master the basics, all that's left is to test yourself in battle and gain invaluable experience. Now, please, proceed. All the enemy programs you face so far only use one move, which won't happen in a real fight. Like you, your enemies will choose their actions based on the situation and general observation. Their actions will be very difficult for you to predict at first. If you face the same enemy multiple times, you'll be able to read their tendencies and patterns accurately. Tutorial: Predicting Actions 1. When you first enter a battle, your opponent's moves will be mostly hidden from you. Being able to guess your opponent's moves will moves with only a limited amount of info is key to victory. Although, considering your lack lack of fighting experience, I may be expecting far too much from you. Hey! But anyway, please try your best. Alright, we got a pile install here with the break guard. So, attack, beat, break, then break beats guard. Now we just gotta figure out what the last signals are. I'm just gonna assume that it's only after, so just go for attack, break again. Good job. Alright then, please proceed to the final room. No, that's dangerous, not that I'm still not gonna touch it. And we're finally here. I made it. At the end of the very long road, after going through a door that suddenly appeared in the wall, the oppressive air of this place where the spirits of the dead still linger. Here's my goal. That's what I thought. Oh, it's the guy from before. Hey man, never got your name. Sorry we can't remember you. Further in, it appears as if someone had collapsed. When I look at his face, it's the student who was following Leo just now. I call out to him, but get no reply. I shake him and attempt to wake him up until I notice he's stone cold. I go pale as the corpse before me, and I can no longer think coherently. All I can do is stare in bewilderment. It was at this moment. Hey, you! The fallen effigy lying next to the male student comes to its feet with a clatter. After having to fight several enemy programs to get here, it's obvious that this thing is an enemy as well. Without warning, it suddenly twists around and comes right at me. Well, the last one may have won, but we actually know how to fight back this time, so let's do this. Oh, it's hurting. Oh, okay. Ooh, no, that's not good. Okay. But we at least now know. Well, I think we saw what it was. Attack worked, then he guarded, then we both attacked, and then it's just. He changed it up! That wasn't my best moment. You seem to be lacking as well. Hear the sound of the distant voice. The time has come. With your inevitable loss, I will consider this round of preliminaries over. Farewell. I pray you find peace in your annihilation. Annihilation? This is the voice's final words to me. I don't have the power to protest. All I can do now is stare at the floor. I think I'm gonna die here. Suddenly, at the edge of my now hazy vision, a number of brown-colored lumps start to rise from the ground. Actually, it might be that I now just noticed them. They may have been in there from the beginning, for all I know. These lumps are the bodies of the untold number of fallen Tsukimihara Academy students. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of them! How many people died? The guy before me wasn't the only one to fall. All the others made it here and died, unable to do anything. In a very short while, I suppose I'll become one of them. Maybe I should just close my eyes now. I did all that I could, so maybe it'd be better for it to end now. Ah, you motherfucker! We only just started this game, and I only just got swapped to this new protagonist, so I'm not losing you now! I refuse to give up. So all my strength and attempt to get back on my feet. However, as I try to move, and an unbearably intense pain shoots through my entire body. That's how it's gonna be. No. If this is... Get up! I don't want it to end like this. I can't ignore the intense pain coursing through my body. I reached a point where I no longer see stars as my eyes. I just feel like they're on fire. I feel like all 5 senses are being ripped from my body. I'm afraid. Afraid of pain. Afraid of losing my senses. Afraid of becoming a corpse. The most terrifying thing. Disappearing without a trace for any reason at all. It's not right that I disappear here. My consciousness, through with a wave of distortion, screams out against the injustice of it all. What was the purpose of all this suffering through all those headaches just to fade away here and now? What were they all for if I just fade away here and now? I have to stand up. It's okay if I'm scared. It's okay if I'm in pain. I have to rise above all of that. Because I have yet to fight my own volition, on my own terms.
死の淵において恐れを抱き、恐れを飲みながらなお戦うか。見事だ。よくぞ言った。名も知らぬ路傍の者よ。その願い、世界が聞き逃そうとも、世が確かに感じ入った。拳を握れ、顔を上げよ。命運は尽きぬ。なぜなら、そなたの運命は今始まるのだから。
Glasses accompanied by light, you cutting through the gloom, etched in near your body, and making head to see what's happening. I didn't notice it before, but something was slowly rising up from the forbidden middle of the brain. Horror. Appearance isn't much different from that of a human being, but something was different. Clearly so. However, it came from a transcendent that of any human, preventing the enemy I faced from getting here. And also the power of the specific defeating, vaporizing when it touches scrolls through my body almost against my will.
では、改めてこう答えよ。そなたが世のマスターか。言葉は少ないが美しい声だ。気に入った。我が身を呼びつけた慢心も今は遠のいた。よし、特別に許す。そなたに世のマスターたる栄誉を与えよう。
Takes hold of my hand and helps me to my feet. The hand she grabbed comes a sudden warmth from the sharp pain given by ice. The back of my hand, as though tattooed, is a strange symbol that looks like some kind of crest. Totally confused, I alternated between staring at the mark on my hand and the person before me. Oh, you again! We're in the middle of something! Noise behind me. Brings me back to my senses. Turning around to see that effigy from before still standing there, now in fighting stance. The wind's uncontrollably calling my previous defeat with his hands. What an excitable master I have. Why are you so flustered? While I'm by your side, have no fear that you may lose your way. Remember that victory is all that matters. My blade is the ultimate instrument. Even the muses themselves would bow before the sound it makes. Master, strike with my sword. Show me the extent of your willingness in this first battle. Round 2.
遠慮なく参るがよい。存分に舞うとしよう。よい、始さてね。
I get to actually see its moves. Making this fight a lot more easier.
もらったぞ。
Because we're so destroyed.
今日は楽しい。受けるがよい。そなたに拍手を。
Feels leveled up. Now level 2. Those are some changes. Yay! The battery effigy stops moving. There's no way it still functions after being effectively torn apart. That wasn't entertaining at all. Considering how long I've waited for such a moment, I'm brutally unsatisfied. She continues to talk. However, the sound of her voice doesn't quite reach my ears. Heat coming from the mark on my hand grew in intensity during the fight, and the resulting pain has come unbearable and burning through my conscience. The mark imprinted on your hand is your command seal. It's proof that you hold domain over a servant. You can use it to give 3 orders that must be obeyed. Think of them as disposable strengthening spells. It's also proof of your participation in the Holy Grail War. If you lose it for some reason, you will die. Once again, I hear that voice. Someone managed to ignore the pain and listen to what it has to say. I can understand your confusion, but before I forget, congratulations! You have endured much to make it here. Now rest for a while. You achieved your first goal. It was an incredibly clumsy effort, to say the least, but that's what made it all the more entertaining. I have had this duty for a long time, but this is the first time I've seen a master as helpless as you. Thanks. Nonetheless, be proud of your achievement. Your quick thinking came as a result of nerves and rashness. Thinking about it, the voice sounds like that of a 30-year-old man. And it's really irritatingly smug. For some reason, I can see the owner of his voice as a priest, dressed in somber cassock. Oh, you're curious about my identity? I'm honored, but I am insignificant. I'm merely part of the system. I'm just a guide, tasked with giving a standard message and given the personality of a prior participant. Oh. I'm no more than words. No more than the mountain you've just conquered. No more than records of the past. A record. So if I raise any objection to this voice, does it mean I won't receive an answer in return? Exactly. Well, this is expected. You've received a mention. Something about you having the light. I have no clue who would say such a thing about me. That short phrase struck my heart for some unknown reason. I knew the words were sincere. As for I expect good things from you, it seemed more like a command than encouragement. Now, let us commence your baptism. You have proven yourself worthy of the honor. Foremost, the monotony of everyday life continues unended. Our decision to look beyond the accepted and progress. Beyond the accepted and progress means you have the progress means that you have the right to exist. However, you have but taken the first step. Be jubilant, for the Holy Grail War begins now. I have no idea what he's talking about. The Holy Grail War? The right to exist? That is correct. An object of great power once existed in the world. One that could grant any desire. People call it the Holy Grail, and fought endlessly in the attempt to gain sole possession of it. This war, the system you find yourself in now is an evolution of these struggles. You stand at the entrance of a deadly struggle where many wizards will perish in pursuit of the Holy Grail. Listen, Magi, had I not bestowed upon the earth desire, you'd be merely these saints capable of committing sin. Now, fight to the death. The fiery throne of heaven will only receive those with the strongest of desires. The voice reverberates throughout the hymn chapel as if it were the voice of a god. Kill? Magi? Holy Grail that grants wishes? These questions and more swirl inside my head and almost seem to carve themselves into my flesh. In war, a weapon is needed. That is your servant. They're the spear that pierces, the shield that protects. A heroic spirit whose purpose is to clear your way to the grail. That is the one who stands beside you. Where are your pants? Like, why is your skirt see-through? And where are your pants? That's just the only thing that confuses me about you. I glance over at the young woman who's standing next to me, who is looking up into the sky. She is my servant. It seems you have decided, and with that decision is payment. I now open the gates to the Holy Grail. Marks my hand, my command seal, once again begins to become excruciatingly painful. It's over. I can't take it anymore. Good now, buddy! Oh, you're getting it fell in a more hilarious way. I'm sorry for your pain, but like, honestly, you couldn't have fell in a more hilarious way. It's like some of those Three Stooges or whatever. I reach the limit of my endurance and my mind starts to shut down as I lose consciousness. I can vaguely hear the voice's final words. Now, let the Holy Grail War begin. No matter the area, deciding who is worthy through battle is the divine improvidence of man. Magi who've been invited here by the moon, show me your true strength. Yeah, I think that's a good place to save off. This second part has been going on for about like 50 minutes, so not as long as the previous part, but I think it'll do for now. So, with the prologue finally out of the way, yeah, I just hope you keep coming back for more. Next time on Fate Hit Extra, we start the Holy Grail War. Hope to see you guys there.